If you've been playing Warzone over the last 24 hours or so, you might have noticed starting to find blue and red keycards. Now, this is all part of a larger Warzone update, and in this video, I'm going to show you what to do with those keycards, as well as how to get into all of the bunkers except for one of them. And I'll talk about that one that we can't get into right at the end of the video. As always, if you want to support the channel, if you want to help out, make sure you like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, all of that good stuff. But let's get on with it. So, first of all, the keycards. There's two different kinds of keycards that you can find right now in Warzone, as far as we know. If anyone finds a different one, please do tell me in the comments. There's blue and red keycards, and these basically give you access to a certain number of bunkers around the map. Now, the keycards are completely random. As far as we can tell, you just find them in loot boxes. You can find them in normal boxes. It doesn't have to be orange ones that some people call golden for some reason. I've got no idea why. They're definitely orange. But anyway, you can find them in normal loot boxes, and they're quite hard to see. They're very, very small. So when you're opening boxes, just be a little bit careful if you're looking for them and double check that one hasn't popped out. And there's two different kinds. There's blue and there's red ones. You can hold one of each at the same time. That's absolutely fine. I've got no idea if you can hold more than one blue one or more than one red one at a time. If anyone's tried that, again, let me know. The keycards open up specific bunkers. The red keycards can open up 4 bunkers, and the blue ones can open up 3. Each keycard will only open 1 bunker. So once you've opened a bunker, it will kind of use it up like a consumable, but then you can get more to open up more within the same match. Cassian made this super helpful map yesterday. It's got a load of stuff from the Bunker 11 Easter egg, which I was using in that video. If you want to check out the Bunker 11 Easter egg and how to get into that bunker, by the way, check out my guide that I posted yesterday. I also posted a guide for the new version of the City Hall Easter egg. It's a little bit different from what it used to be before. That's the kind of missing secret train station one. Check those out on my channel. But here is the map, and if you find a red access card, then you can open up the bunkers number 9, which is down by prison, or number 6, which is up on the northeast side of the map, or number 5, which is on the kind of frozen ice fields, or number 4, which is on the cliff near dam. If you find a blue keycard, then you can access bunkers 7 or 8, which are both right next to each other, kind of at the eastern side of the map near that bridge town, or bunker 2, which is right on the far west side of the map, near these other set of bunkers that you can see here. Now, to open a bunker, and you can see here in the video, I'm just at bunker 6, so I've got a red keycard, and I'm up in the northeast with the right keycard for it. All you need to do is interact with the keypad, and it will start the process of opening it. The process does take a very long time. You have to kind of be a bit careful. Although they have changed it a little bit in that as soon as the doors start opening, you can kind of push your way through. There used to be an invisible wall there. But anyway, most of the bunkers, when you go in, they have different layouts and things, but most of them are pretty similar in that they will lead you into a room where there's some boxes. Normally, there's 1 or 2 red boxes. There's often a UAV on a desk somewhere that you can use. Sometimes there will be little kind of intelli type things. So see, in this one in bunker 6, there's some computer screens. In a lot of them, they have the different pages of ciphers, which we used for Pawn Takes Pawn way back in 2020, 5 years ago now. You can't use those for anything now. They're not sort of hints for anything in the future, I don't think. They haven't changed at all. There's also some secondary keypads that you can't interact with kind of locked gates. But that's pretty much it. You don't get any blueprints from doing this or any permanent cosmetics or anything like that. It's more just you can open up these bunkers, have a look around at them, have a look around, you know, the kind of history of Verdansk a little bit, I guess, and get some loot and a free UAV. Bunker 8, which you need a blue keycard for, is a little bit different in that if you go in there, so again, just open it up once you've got a blue keycard and wait patiently for it to open. It's got some slightly different stuff inside here that we've never actually seen before. We didn't used to be able to open these bunkers, but on the desk in the middle of the room here, there's actually some kind of juggernaut equipment, like an empty juggernaut suit, or at least bits of it. And there's a stereo next to it, which will kind of play the Juggernaut music. It's quite hard to hear if there's other stuff going on outside. But yeah, it's quietly playing the Juggernaut music, which is pretty cool. You can't interact with it, sadly. There's no way to get a Juggernaut suit or a death machine or anything like that from this. But for the keycards, that's pretty much it. You can open up 7 of the bunkers, 4 with the red keycard, 3 with the blue keycard, and you can get some loot from them and kind of have a look around at some of the cool little bits and pieces that are inside them. But that doesn't explain all of them. There's actually 12 different bunkers in Verdansk. So they go all the way from 0 up to 11, which is why there's 12. So I've shown you how to open 7 here. And then we also know how to open bunker 11. That's using the Easter egg that I've put a guide up for last night. So that's only 8 of them. So how do we open the other 3 bunkers? Well, let's start with bunker 3. This is right on the west side of the map, just near bunker 2 that I was talking about earlier. And to get to bunker 3, instead of going off to the one by itself, you go into this little door. So like I said, it's on the far west side of the map. And then when you go in here, you actually drop down towards it. And there's not much down here. There's not usually much loot. Maybe there'll be a box or 2. And then when you get over to the door, there's a laptop by it. And then there's a keypad that asks for an 8-digit code. And it's kind of hard to know what to do next. Like, where do you go from here? Now, the code for this is actually 30198805. If you type that into it, it will start opening up this bunker. And then you'll be able to go inside. And sadly, just like a lot of the other bunkers, there's not really much to it. Like, there's nothing very, very exciting in there. It's not like you can go in there and find something absolutely amazing, no blueprints or anything like that. There's just a couple of boxes, a few little bits of like the cipher and stuff like that. Now, if you're wondering how we got that code, Gokatavo actually found this and he posted it on our Discord, that the way he found this was it's the code on the loyalty card for the Atlas Superstore. And you can see that on posters in the Atlas Superstore. I've got no idea what the connection is between the Atlas Superstore and Bunker 3. I guess it's kind of the closest bunker to the Superstore. But yeah, it's a little bit tenuous, but it works. That is definitely the number from the loyalty card. Now, Bunker 1 is a little way south of Bunker 3, just still along the west edge of the map. It's where currently there's a buy station right above it, which is kind of handy. And this is another one that you can just enter a code, and the code doesn't change between games or anything like that. So you can always go in here and sort of basically guaranteed get at least an orange box and a couple of normal boxes. Since this works in Battle Royale, it's not actually a bad strategy for a normal Battle Royale game. But if you want to get in here, then just drop in, go down, and again you'll see there's a keypad at the end of the corridor. And this one, I actually found another red access card while I was doing this, which was very, very convenient. You should always keep your eyes out for it, just in case you manage to find one. And a bunker buster. There was so much loot here. But there's a calendar here on the wall, and the calendar shows 22nd is circled, and there's a nuclear explosion. And this is actually the destruction of Verdansk. It's just showing when the destruction of Verdansk happened. That was in 2021 in kind of our world. And so the code for this is just the date of the destruction of Verdansk, which, since it's an American format, it's April 22nd, so 0422, then 2021. That will open up Bunker 1, and then you can go in, just like you can with Bunker 3, and then get the loot inside. Again, nothing super exciting in there. There's some stuff left over from Pawn Takes Pawn. There's some boxes and things like that that you can open. But and maybe a UAV. There should be a UAV dotted around somewhere. But other than that, nothing super exciting. Not a bad idea to do that at the beginning of a normal Battle Royale game, but nothing absolutely groundbreaking. It is worth saying with all of these bunkers as well, they won't work in ranked, so you can't use them at the beginning of a ranked game to suddenly get a load of cash and then go buy yourself a loadout or anything like that, but you can use them in normal Battle Royale games. Now, the final bunker we can access like this is Bunker 10. So this is the bunker that's right on the south coast. It's just near the big kind of monument, sort of in the middle of the map, but right on the very, very south edge of it. And you can open this one up, again, just with a code. And this one's actually much simpler than the other two. It's just the code from the old Bunker 10 backwards. And we've seen this before with the shacks, the prison shack, the TV shack, and the barn shack. Again, you can use all of the old codes on those backwards, but that will unlock this for you. So that code again, just in case you missed it, is 315470, and then that will unlock this for you and you can go in. Now, Bunker 10 is a little bit special. Some of you might remember that Bunker 10 is where the final cutscene for Verdansk, or at least the end of the intel chain in Verdansk, the first time round ended. So it's got a little bit more to it. There's a few more boxes and things like that in it. But what's special about this one is that there's more than one room, essentially. There is the usual intel and things like that dotted around the walls. So again, you might be able to find stuff that's relevant to Pawn Takes Pawn. A lot of this stuff, even though it looks like it's super detailed, we've actually seen it a bunch of other times. It's like a reused asset in all of these kind of mysterious locations. And there's also some documents in here that are a bit special that are all talking about a big rocket. And there's actually even like some weird photos. Now, we have seen these photos elsewhere. I think that's a bit of prison. But if you go through to the other rooms, you can see there's this big bank of monitors that are all powered down. There's a window, and if you look through there, there's a massive rocket. That was not the one that destroyed Verdansk, but it was used in a cutscene in Verdansk. That's where there was a big fight that happened. I won't spoil that for you. You can find it on my channel. But yeah, this is a slightly bigger bunker than all of the others, with a little bit more to it. Now, this all leaves one bunker that we haven't talked about yet. So we can open all of the bunkers except for one. So we have the 7 ones that we can open with keycards. One is bunker 11, so that takes us up to 8. And then 3 of them can be opened with codes, which I've just shown you. So that's 11 of the bunkers. But the 12th bunker, or actually rather the first bunker, Bunker 0, we still don't know how to get into it. Now, it's worth noting, it doesn't have a light above the door, so we're starting to think maybe it's just not active yet. But there is a keypad you can interact with that asks for an 8-digit code, and we don't know what that code is. Now, this bunker's special in a couple of different ways. First of all, it doesn't have a light on it and we can't open it, but also it has this kind of graffiti on it. There's a weird kind of eye symbol and an X next to it as well. Now, the eye symbol we've actually seen before on Rebirth Island. If you have interacted with the bioscanners on Rebirth Island for at least 27 days, so it doesn't have to be consecutive, but 27 days in total, then you can go back into the old red room in headquarters, and there's all of these computers, which is meant to be the kind of base of this hacker that's working on Rebirth Island. And they use this eye symbol, which is the one that we see outside Bunker 0. Now, you would think maybe somewhere on these monitors there's an 8-digit code, which we can then use to get into Bunker 0. We've tried a bunch. We've tried so many different variations of different numbers that we think might work there somehow, but nothing's worked so far. Now, if you've got any ideas, let us know in the comments. If you've got a code and you try it and it works, that's absolutely brilliant. Please let me know. I'd love to see what's in Bunker 0 now and why they've kind of made it a bit special. It could be that it's just as simple as Bunker 3 and there's just a code we have to find somewhere, like that one from the Atlas Superstore. Maybe there's a code here on Rebirth Island and we just haven't found it yet. Or maybe it's waiting for an event. The fact that there's no light above the door, unlike all of the others, makes me think that maybe it's not ready yet and maybe it'll be used with the new game reveal, because normally Call of Duty games are revealed like between May and August, so we're kind of in the window now where they could start teasing the next game. Or maybe it's for some event, something to do with Season 4. Who knows? Absolutely no idea at this point, but Bunker 0 is the only bunker that we don't know how to open. But that's it. So now you know as much about these bunkers as we do. We know how to get into every single bunker on Verdansk except for one, except for this Bunker 0, and that's driving me absolutely insane right now. Like I said, if you've got any ideas, got any leads, make sure you leave them in the comments. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, because as soon as we get into Bunker 0, I will, of course, post a guide on how to do that. And if there's any other guides for any secrets on Verdansk that I haven't done so far, make sure you let me know and I'll try and get those made. I've shown you how to get into all of the bunkers and how to do the Bunker 11 Easter egg, the City Hall Easter egg, as well as the smaller Easter eggs like the Lost Lion Club one with the gravestone and all of those other ones that started at the beginning of Season 3. So there's a bunch. I think there were 6 at the beginning of Season 3 and now we've got an extra 2. So we've got 8 Easter eggs on this map right now. Look around on my channel and you'll find guides to all of them. So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.